What's up guys, Soccer Huntley here. I am back with another video for you guys. This one's gonna be a movie review video, but before we get into that, I just wanted to say some stuff first. Yeah, I did record this video yesterday, but the thing is, I had the zoom on without realizing it, like the whole time throughout the whole thing, so all you see is just like my face up in the camera. You don't really, like, you see my eyes in like the first few seconds of like the video, but other than that, just me sitting there and you're just seeing only my mouth and nose for like the whole video. And I was just like, well, let's redo that. So technically I'm redoing this video because of those reasons. And also my Explorer videos that I record when we went to the waterfalls, those aren't going to be put up. Not because I don't want to, it's because I kind of messed up a lot during the recording and the recordings. So those aren't going to be shown, but we're going to be going back there, so I'm going to make another video there. So don't worry, I have the directions. We're going to be going back to Chapel Hill. Don't worry, Chapel Hill Falls. And we're going to do some exploration and vlogging there. So you'll see that next time. But I apologize because they're not going to be going up. But I still am going to be posting photos from there. We didn't take too many photos from there, so there's still a couple that I haven't posted yet. So we're going to see that. Anyways, now let's get into the actual meaning of this video. Okay, so this is the Warrior's Way review and summary. Review and summary. So technically the first time I watched this movie fully, like the full movie, was the day before yesterday. And I watched it through the middle to end the first time I actually watched the movie. And from what I've seen, it's an amazing movie. It was made in 2010. It's on Hulu, but it might be on Netflix, but I have no idea. I watched it off of Hulu. We went in to try to get to watch it again because we forgot where it was on. So we went on Tubi as well, and it was on there, but it is on Hulu though. And it's a really good movie, but there's like a lot of plot holes. I feel like this movie was kind of rushed when it was being made. It'll make more sense if you guys watch it yourself more than me explaining it. But again, if you never watched it, do not watch this video. Watch the movie first and then come back. Unless you're a person like me who would want spoilers because it's too interesting and just spoil it and then watch it. But then again, you'll see what I mean more if you do watch it after this video too. But anyway, there's a lot of things that are great with this movie, and then there's a lot of things that are just that can be fixed or should be fixed. And technically, in my opinion, when I saw the ending, there's literally room for a sequel to that. Like, if he was, anyway, yeah, it's too early for spoilers. I'll probably explain my part for, like, the sequel later, unless if I forget. But anyway, it's a really good movie. I recommend you guys watch it, The Warrior's Way. It's literally a movie that is combined with a Japanese warrior film and an old-time Western film. It's actually really good of how well it balances out everything, too, in a way, without actually explaining everything, like, fully. Again, I loved it so much because I am into that type of stuff. So that's why, like, I'm all smiley and everything, because I just love the movie. It's rated R, so if you're not my age, then don't watch it. That was like the first ever rated R movie I technically watched. I've seen PG-13 movies, but I've never watched a rated R film before this one, so this was my first rated R film. I mean, for most of the movie, it doesn't make sense why it's rated R, but there's a lot of graphic and gory scenes in there, so that's why. And then it goes through some very adult topics in there. So again, don't watch this with like children, unless if they're like teenagers and you're an adult and you think it's okay for them to watch it. Just make sure like you're mature enough to actually watch it, because it can scar you a little bit if like you're not prepared to watch it. But anyway, yeah, it's very gory and everything else. Very mature film. And so, to summarize it, the plot, he is an assassin. He is a Japanese swordsman who was trained since he was a child with his master and everything. They're not really good people because they literally kill everything. They're like detached. They believe that love is weak, and if you love something, you're weak, which is actually not true. You're more weak when you don't care about anything, or if you don't love anything. And a poor puppy does get harmed in this film. The poor dog. Yeah. And anyway, so he was trained his whole life, and we see a little bit of that, but it doesn't touch it fully. That's one of the problems with the movie. Like, there's other characters with really good backgrounds. Well, not really good backgrounds, but I mean like very sad ones, but his doesn't get touched on as much. Even though he's the main character, he should be like mostly the focus of the movie. But like most of his life is technically a mystery, technically. He's not touched on as much as the two other kind of main characters. His best friend near the end of the movie is not really that much of a main character, but his love interest is. And she gets more of her background showed more than he does. So I'm just like, that's one of the problems with it. But then again, I still really like the movie, so I'm not trying to like trash it. I'm just saying, like, when you watch it, you can literally tell that the production of this movie was kind of rushed, because a lot of stuff got cut out. I know that happens with a lot of movies, but the storyline is shaky because of that. So anyway, he takes out almost an entire clan. I say almost because he leaves one of the clan members alive, and this is still like the beginning of it. And it was a baby, and the reason why he does not kill the baby is because the baby laughs at him and smiles at him and shows him kindness, and that melts his cold heart. So he's not able to take out the child, the baby, the infant. So he literally takes the baby and he runs away with it. He runs away with the baby. And one of my favorite parts of the movie is when he's literally running through the bamboo forest. There's his former allies are chasing after him because they want to kill the baby. And as he's running, he takes out his katana. Yeah, he is a swordsman, but he only mostly uses a katana for like the whole movie. He does have like other Japanese swords, like another pair of swords. They're like, I don't know the names of them, but they come in tattoos, and they're like mini katanas, but they're not katanas because a katana is like a big bladed sword, but you only use one, and you have to hold it with both hands. You can't use one hand. You have to hold it with both hands. And he doesn't really use those, but he gives them to his love interest later in the movie. Spoiler. Yeah, there's so many spoilers. Anyway, so like he makes his way to a restaurant before he leaves on a boat to go to the US, the Midwest. So they're at a restaurant. He's eating, trying to feed the baby as well. And also for the most of the movie, he's not even holding the baby right. Like you're supposed to hold a baby. Like while he's running through the forest, while he can literally sword fight while holding the baby. And I think that is so badass. But like, again, he's not holding the baby right. Like he's holding the baby by her clothes that she's wearing. Like he's not holding her normally. There's only like a couple of times in the whole movie that he's actually holding the baby right. Like I know he's like an assassin and he doesn't know much about babies, but that's not the right way to hold a child. I'm just surprised that the baby wasn't like affected by that the whole time, because he did that for a lot in the movie. But he gets like a basket and he carries her around the basket later on, and he learns how to actually carry her around later. But he literally takes his katana and he slices through bamboo. Like, you know, since it's a movie, it's fake, but that's still cool because technically in the movie world, that's actually real bamboo to them. And he takes him out with just one swing, one blow, and then all of his former allies are like falling over because they were just jumping on from the tops of the bamboo trees. And it's just cool. And then he's at the restaurant feeding the baby and everything, as I was saying before. An old lady is serving them, and then she literally grabs something from the actual table, like it was built into the table. She takes it out. He notices it's a knife, and she was gonna go after his baby, so he literally takes whatever weapon and he throws it at her head, and then she falls down and dies, kind of. But here's what a really weird scene is. So he puts like some stuff on her, pours some stuff on her, and then he lights her on fire. And he leaves some bit of information behind when he leaves the restaurant. And this is really weird, and this woman is not human. She does die, but like she's not human. She's still be able to be conscious, and then she turns her hand in an unnormal way, and she grabs on to the newspaper, or part of the newspaper, and his former master finds it because she saved it from being caught on fire. Again, plot holes. It doesn't explain how that is possible. There's just so many plot holes in the whole movie, which kind of bugs me, but I still like it enough. It's still a really good movie. And then they're on the boat to go towards the Midwest, and he ends up, there's a little bit of dialogue by the guy who is his best friend in the end before he leaves. Again, after, I'm gonna leave it there. I'm not gonna spoil that part. So that's not gonna make sense unless you actually watch the movie. He's, like, it's being narrated. He's not even holding the baby. Like, the baby's actually playing with, a sailor on the boat that they're on, heading towards the U.S. and the Midwest. And So they get off, and then they're walking for miles and miles and miles in desert. He literally has the baby tied to a log that he is carrying. And the movie doesn't explain where he finds it or how he ties her up, and he's literally holding her until they get to the village. A lot of people are just like they're giving him dirty looks the whole time when he's walking into the town. And the town is all filled with circus people. It's a circus town. And they have like fair rides and all that. It's a small town, but everyone in there is in the circus. And they're planning up to go leave and start traveling, but everything is just like run down in that town, so they're trying to fix it up before they set off to leave. And this is where he meets one of my favorite characters in the whole movie, besides the main character. I mean, I really love the main character a lot. He's one of my favorite. And then the guy he meets and brings him to a hotel, gives him a job. He's one of the nicest people to him in the town, besides the woman that the main character falls in love with. So he's nice to them, and he is the guy who yells at the other people from being mean to him for no reason, because he's just new to town. So he just wants a place to stay. He gives him a job, a place to stay, and food and water, and plus new clothes. And as he doesn't train him in his job. He walks away after giving him all that. The woman that he falls in love with soon comes in, and she's the one who teaches him his job, because she had his job, but now she's a knife thrower. And I'm just gonna leave that as a summary of it. You can watch the rest of the movie, or if you know the movie, this is how it is. This is just all I want to say, because I don't want to make this video too long, because I don't know, I was just excited to record this because I just really love this movie, and I want to recommend it to you guys if you haven't seen it or anything. And if you have seen it, watch it again. And if you want to talk about the movie, I am totally up for it. I will discuss the movie with you. The movie is really sad and really epic too. It's a very good action movie too. Again, it is done really well for a combining movie of two different movie genres. And technically the only thing that bugs me too much about it is that there's so many plot holes in the plot. And if there is a sequel, I wanted to fully explain what we technically missed from the plot from this time around. And I just want to know how everything will play out. And for the sequel, if there is a sequel, I want him to be able to go back and see the baby who he saved a long time ago, and see when she's older, to meet up with the woman he loves again, and to have a beautiful reunite, and to have them all fight and win, but this time he just stays with them, and everything is just over and we get a happy ending. That's what I want to see, because technically they literally made the ending for opening for a sequel, because he was literally about to take out more of his old allies at the end, because they're after him now because he defied his wishes and he killed their master. So they're after him because of that. And I just want a sequel. Please, can we have a sequel to that? I just want it to just go over how much of the plot holes that we missed fill in those plot holes and just be able to have a bit of a longer movie. But I just wanted to explain more of what we missed in the first one, and to get a happy ending and a satisfying ending and a full ending. But until we get that sequel, again, it was made in 2010, so probably the actors who played in that movie are older now. But it would make sense because it would be a sequel. And I would also want to see a prequel to that too, to lead it up to where we started in the main movie. So there's like a lot that they could have done with that movie that I just want to see. And if you guys want me to make another video explaining what I would want to see and what we should see if we make new movies based on this whole movie, The Warrior's Way, I'll be so happy to make that video, and I will go in more in depth with it. So if you want to see more content like this, I probably won't do more movie reviews unless if I actually see something that I really like and that I'm actually really happy about. I might make another video, but not for a while, on a movie review or anything. But there is another movie review that I want to do. It's an Elvis movie, but it's an older Elvis movie. It's called Love Me Tender. That's also on Hulu. And it's one of Elvis's older movies, like one of the first ones that he did. It's in black and white. They did remaster this one, but like the poster for this movie is in color, but the movie is not in color. It's a really sad movie at the ending. It made me cry. But yes, the song Love Me Tender is in this movie. Sorry, my throat is like dry because I've been talking for so long. Whew. But yeah, I want to do a movie review on that. So if you guys like this video, I might actually do a movie review of that one. And I also recommend you guys watch that movie too. And like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell if you haven't to get notified when I create more videos. Check out the links in the description to see my other social media. If you guys like this content, you'll be able to see content like this there. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.